Hello everyone, in today's video we are going to discuss Z transform. The Z transform is used to analyze and represent discrete time signals and systems. In the previous videos we have discussed Laplace transform, and the advantage of Laplace transform is that the Laplace transform exists for all types of signals and systems for which the CTFT does not exist. In a similar way, the Z transform is applicable for all types of discrete time signals for which the DTFT does not exist. In this case, let us suppose Hn is a signal whose Z transform is given by this formula. This is the formula for Z transform. We can write it in the transform pair as Hn is a signal whose Z transform is Hz, where Z is the complex number and it is given by Z is equals to R e to the power j omega in polar coordinates. And this polar coordinates in Z plane is defined as this R is the magnitude and omega is the phase. When you calculate the magnitude, you take the mod, and the mod of this will be e to the power j omega mod will equal to 1, then mod of Z is equals to mod of R, right? In Z plane, R is the distance from the origin. This is a distance from the origin, and at these axes the angles are defined as, at this axis the angle is 0 degree, at this angle is 90 degree, at this the angle is 180 degree, at this the angle is 270 degree, this it is 360 degree, right? So if you draw at various phases the circle of radius r, then it will be this. Okay, now consider this r is equals to 1, so it will be a unit circle. Okay, now consider the relationship between the DTFT and the Z transform. As we have considered that Z is equals to R e to the power j omega. Now then put the value of Z in the equation. Here we have put, and then solving we will have this function. Now we can consider this as the DTFT of xn r to the power minus n, as DTFT is given by x of e to the power j omega is equals to summation xn e to the power minus j omega n. Right, now when you take the value of r is equal to 1, it means this becomes this. So at r equals to 1 in Z plane, r is equals to 1 means a unit circle. It is a unit circle. So at r is equals to 1, we can define the DTFT. We can define the DTFT, right? We can define the DTFT. Here we have defined the DTFT at unit circle. Outside this unit circle and inside the unit circle, we can define the Z transform. Okay, now consider the examples based on the Z transform. Here is the example. In this example, consider the sequence xn is equals to a to the power n un. Okay, now consider if I will ask you a question, what is the nature of this given function? The nature of the given function is, first it is discrete, second it is right sided. Right sided means it is defined for n greater than 0, n greater than equal to 0, because un start from n equals to 0, like this un function. So it is defined for n greater than equal to 0. So it is a right-sided sequence. Okay, now consider the Z transform formula, and it is given by this. Put the value of xn here and then solving. After solving this, we will have the function this summation a z inverse to the power n. Now apply the GP. After applying the GP, the formula is a upon 1 minus r. A is the first term, r is the common ratio, and this can be written when the mod of r is less than 1. On solving, we will have this expression, and this is the r is the common ratio. Mod of r means a z inverse. If you write this as n equals to 0, it will be 1 plus a z inverse plus a square z to the power minus 2 plus a cube z to the power minus 3 plus a4 z to the power minus 4, and so on. So this is the first term, a is the first term, 1 minus r is the common ratio, means a z inverse upon 1. You will have r, it will be a z inverse, right? And on comparing this condition, a z inverse, mod of a z inverse should be less than 1. Here it is. Okay, now it can be written as mod of z greater than a, and it is the reason of convergence. It is called as the reason of convergence. Reason of convergence in Z transform is defined as the range of values of Z for which the Z transform converges. Z transform converges means the formula of Z transform, that is summation n equals to minus infinity to plus infinity x n z to the power minus n should be less than infinity. Now in Z plane we can draw it as, in the Z plane if you have to draw the ROC for this given transform, then this is the Z plane. Mod of Z greater than a means the magnitude is greater than a. Draw a circle of radius a, and along this circle define the value of Z. Mod of Z magnitude means magnitude is greater than a. Greater than a will be this. So this is the reason of convergence for the given function. Outside this unit circle, the Z transform for this function exists, but inside the unit circle the Z transform does not exist. Similarly, we can consider for the next example, that is xn is equals to minus an u of minus n minus 1. Now consider the nature of this signal. This is a discrete time signal, and this discrete time signal exists from minus infinity to minus 1, as it is u of minus n minus 1, right? So apply the limits in the Z transform formula. We have applied it, and then solving, applying the GP, and then solving, we will have xz is equals to z upon z minus a. Mod of z is less than mod of a. Now consider the Z transform of this function and the previous function. We will be having the same Z transform. The only difference is that here the reason of convergence is different. Here it is mod of Z less than a. If you draw it in the Z plane, draw a circle of radius a, and it is given that mod of Z less than a. Mod of Z less than a will come inside the unit circle. It will be the reason of convergence for the given function. Okay, so in the previous case the sequence was right sided, and in this case the sequence is left sided. For right sided sequence, the ROC is the outside the unit circle. For left sided sequence, the ROC is inside the unit circle. Okay, only the difference is in the reason of convergence, right? Now consider the various properties of ROC. These are the various properties of ROC. First property is the ROC of xz consists of a ring in the Z plane centered about the origin. It means ROC will having a ring in the Z plane. Second property, according to second property, if xz is rational you know, then ROC must not contain any pole. Means in the ROC it will be, let us consider this is the ROC. In the ROC, A may be the pole of the given function, so it will not be included in the ROC. This pole will not be included in the ROC. ROC will be mod of z greater than a or mod of z less than a. It will not be mod of z equal to a, so it will not include the any pole in the unit in the ROC. Okay, now next property is if xn is of finite duration and is absolutely summable. Xn is of finite duration means if xn is bounded, means 0 to if xn is not defined from 0 to infinity, from minus infinity to plus infinity, it could be defined from 0 to something value n. So it is bounded in time. If it is of finite duration and is absolutely integrable, then ROC will be the entire z plane. ROC will be the entire z plane. Along this unit circle, it will be inside the unit circle, outside the unit circle. Okay, so ROC and this pole will also be in the ROC. ROC will be the entire z plane, right? Now next property is if xn is right sided. Xn is right sided means xn is defined for n greater than 0, then region of convergence in the z plane outside the outermost pole. Outside the outermost pole means, let us suppose in the rational system function there are many poles. Let us suppose the poles are at a, b, c. So you can draw a circle along this, you can draw a circle along this, you can draw a circle along this. If the sequence is right sided, then outermost pole for this will be this. So ROC will be outside this pole, outermost pole for the right sided sequence. Similarly, in case of left sided sequence, innermost pole, we will consider the innermost pole. So inside this will have the ROC for a left sided sequence. And the next property is, consider the next property. Your next property is if xn is two-sided and is of infinite duration. Two-sided means it is defined in the left side, it is defined in the right side. If it is of two-sided, the ROC will consist of ring. Consist of ring means if you draw a circle at pole A, if you draw a circle at pole B, the ROC for this will be a ring if it is a two-sided. Okay, now consider the next property. For a finite duration right-sided sequence, the ROC will be the entire z plane except z is equals to 0. Finite duration right-sided sequence means, let us suppose in the z transform formula, this xn is defined from 0 to n, right-sided. Finite duration right-sided, n equals to 0 to n. The ROC will be the entire z plane. Entire z plane. ROC will be the entire z plane means along the circle it will be inside the circle, outside the circle, but 0 will not be included in the ROC. Similarly, in the next property, for a finite duration left sided sequence, the ROC will be the entire z plane except z is equals to infinity. It means if you draw the ROC for a left sided sequence means from minus n to minus 1. The ROC will be the entire z plane except z is equals to infinity, means it will be the entire z plane. Entire z plane except z is equals to infinity. Z equals to infinity will not be in the ROC if the sequence is left sided and it is defined from minus n to minus 1. All these are the properties of ROC, and the question based on it we will discuss it in the coming video. Thank you so much.